I am tired and weary, but I must toil on till the Lord come call me away, where the morning is bright and the Lamb is the light. The night is far as the day. There'll be peace in the valley for me someday. There'll be peace in the valley for me. I pray no more sorrow and sadness or trouble. There'll be peace in the valley for me. Hey, that was one of the many spiritual songs sung by the slaves during the period of slavery prior to the Civil War. And in particular, we're going to talk about some individuals during the Reform period, the antebellum period in American history, and one has a very, very strong connection, like many, to the religious beliefs of the individual, and that's Nat Turner. So Nat Turner will be our person that we will discuss in the next 2 minutes. Who was Nat Turner? Nat Turner was a 30-year-old black slave and a preacher, so to speak, who led a rebellion after he believed receiving a sign from God. So his rebellion starts in April of 1831 and ends in October of the same year, 1831. Where is this rebellion located, or where does it take place? It takes place in the state of Virginia. So quickly, in the 19th century, that's the 1800s to most of us, Southern slave owners kind of developed an understanding of what they called the peculiar institution of slavery. And what I mean by an understanding is that in their mind they kind of justified it that yes, slavery was bad, owning people, but they actually kind of turned it around, yeah, and did a 180, and they really thought that because slavery had been going on for so long, that they were kind of a paternalistic or a parent to these people that supposedly could not take care of themselves. And Nat Turner's rebellion will ultimately turn the South upside down, and the people that really thought that their slaves were happy and that their slaves needed them and that everything was good was in fact not that at all. So we'll get right to it. Nat Turner, the prophet, really felt that throughout the course of his life that God was calling him or beckoning him on for a higher purpose. And he really truly believed that his purpose on earth was to serve the kingdom of heaven from bondage or from being a slave. So what happens is that in April of 1831, Turner and some of his followers, which is actually a small group of people, left one night and ended up killing one of Nat Turner's friends, Joseph Travis, his slave owner and family. Then their group kind of went out into the county, and they took money, supplies, firearms as they traveled, and they were traveling in a group of the size of about 50 to 60 people. And as they went through the county, and this rebellion spanned over uh, a number of months. In the end, approximately 55 to 60 whites had been killed, and Turner had himself been captured in late October. Um, and the white Southerner backlash in that Turner Rebellion was brutal, because whites now feared that if they did own blacks or slaves, that even though their slaves might have been good slaves or very responsible slaves, that they would be very um, susceptible to any type of black or slave violence. And in retribution of the rebellion, many slaves were killed, free blacks were killed. Slave owners became very, very brutalistic. And Nate Turner's rebellion really pointed to the lie that slavery was not this benevolent institution, and that this freedom and worshiping of Christ that all white Southerners did was really what the black slaves themselves were wishing on for their own lives. So, in a couple of minutes, that was Nat Turner's Rebellion, and kind of briefly introduced the impact of that.